There's a great story I found at spinquark.com that you might want to read. It's about BLM's spiritual practices. I mean, when you're putting something together and you want it to succeed, you look at the history of movements and you use that as a guide. And you look and you say, was anybody practicing the dark arts, and did that help them succeed? I mean, because generally, success, you don't want to be on the side of blatant evil. You know what I mean? Well, when you take a look at the dark arts, it's usually, I'd say, always associated with evil. So, again, not a great strategy. But the three BLM co-founders, each Marxist feminist, not an opinion, what they openly embrace. One of those co-founders is Patrisse Cullors, along with Melinda Abdullah, who's the feminist professor and co-founder of the Los Angeles chapter of BLM. They both employ worshiping and calling the spirits of the dead as a key aspect of BLM's social justice strategy. In June, the Berkeley Center, which is actually at Georgetown University, not the crazy California Berkeley, published an article titled "The Fight for Black Lives is a Spiritual Movement." The article describes the Los Angeles chapter of BLM leading a ceremony in June in front of the mayor, in front of his house, to demand the defunding of police. It describes how the BLM LA co-founder, Melina Abdullah, said, quote, led the group in a ritual reciting the names of those taken by state violence for their name, ancestors now being called back to animate their own justice. They chanted George Floyd, Ase. I'm not going to read all of this because I don't want to. Anyway.
It's like saying Candyman 5 times into a mirror.
I just don't,
you don't want that to happen.
As each name was recited, Dr. Abdullah poured libations onto the ground as the group of over 100 chanted a term which a large group in West Africa use as practitioners of this faith. And basically it's witch doctor kind of stuff, summoning deities. So this is the religion of Black Lives Matter. And here is, in June, Cullors and Abdullah recorded on a Facebook Live event. They talked about summoning spirits as part of their work. This is Dr. Abdullah. Listen.
When we say the names, right? So we speak their names, we say her name, say their names. We do that all the time, that you kind of invoke that spirit, and then those spirits actually become present with you, right? The first thing that we do when we hear of a murder is we come out, we pray, we pour a libation, we build with the community where the person's life was stolen. And it took almost a year for me to realize that this movement is much more than a racial and social justice movement. At its core, it's a spiritual movement.
Oh, amen.
Because we're literally standing on spilled blood.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Yes, it is a spiritual movement. Here she is again talking about how she laughs with one of the spirits that she summons.
We become very intimate with the spirits that we call on regularly, right? Like each of them seems to have a different presence and personality. I laugh a lot with Waukesha, and I didn't meet her in her body, right? I met her through this work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've been telling you for months, people keep saying Black Lives Matter, but I keep telling you, it's not what you think it is. The BLM organization is fully anti-police, anti-capitalist, anti-family, pro-revolution, pro-Marxist, and now we find out apparently pro-summoning spirits and having a good laugh with them kind of organization. So that's good
what?
News.
That's a problem for you?
No,
that's not a problem, right?
No,
that's good.
No,
that's good news.
No,
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Pat, did you read Marx and the Devil?
Karl Marx and the Devil? I'm reading it.
I'm halfway through it.
It's amazing.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely terrifying. Stu,
yes,
you have to read this. It's first of all of this stuff was hidden until the Berlin Wall came down. Okay, the Marx I think Marx's wife, right, when he died, she's like, maybe we shouldn't let this come out. And so the state hid all of it. And it came out, but then all of these professors and all these Marxists around the world, they were like, oh, no, he didn't mean it that way, and it wasn't so bad. Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, he absolutely did.
I think he did.
Absolutely.
And he was absolutely in league with Satan. I mean, you may not believe in Satan, fine. He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did. And what
I think
he
Satan
was invoking,
believed in him, too.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a good relationship.
The
between
way
the two of
what
them.
he talks about and how his soul was, he sold his soul to Satan. And
He's written poems about it.
Oh my gosh,
It's spooky.
such spooky
It's
stuff.
dark and spooky.
So when I saw this story this weekend, yeah,
it kind of fits in, doesn't it?
kind of fits in. Yeah, we are not battling flesh and bone.
Right.
We are battling spirits. This is a spirit.
Evil spirits.
Evil. Really evil. And I'm telling you, your church has to draw the line. It must start talking about what is going on. Every pastor, priest, and rabbi should be reading the book Karl Marx and Satan. Is it Satan or the devil?
It's
I can't remember.
It's the devil.
It's the devil and Karl.
The devil and Karl Marx.
Yeah.
You have to read it. You have to read it.